What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Anfernee, and in this video I want to show you exactly how you can become a millionaire, a tax-free millionaire at that, while investing as little as $15 a day. This video is truly going to show you the power of investing and why anyone, no matter how much money they make or how much money they have, should start investing as early and as much as possible. If you think you're going to find any kind of value in this video, then tap that like button for your boy. And also, if you want a treat, go down to the public app where if you sign up using the link in the description, you will get a free stock just for signing up. And the first thing I want to discuss is the power of continuous saving. And the reason why I titled this video how to be a tax-free millionaire with $15 a day is because $15 a day sounds a lot less intimidating than $300 a month or $500 a month or whatever that math adds up to. And what I want to make a point of is that no matter how much money you make or how little room you think you have to improve your personal finance situation, if you can make small changes on a daily basis, if you can do one thing to save $15 a day or to invest $15 a day, then by following some of the steps that I talk about later in this video, you can become a millionaire and one of the most powerful millionaires at that, by all of that money being tax-free. So don't underestimate the power of starting with $1. Don't underestimate the power of just opening up an investment account and putting whatever loose change you have in there, because with compound interest and consistency, even if you work a minimum wage job, you will be able to build considerable wealth simply because you got started and simply because you understand the principles that small actions made over a long, consistent period of time yield large results. So if $15 a day is all that's holding you back from being a millionaire at some point in the future, then what excuse could you have to be holding you back? But now let's talk about the key to the whole equation, the whole reason you can become a tax-free millionaire, and that's all because of one specific type of account, an account that I don't think most average investors know about, and that type of account is a Roth IRA. And what a Roth IRA is an individual retirement account that allows you to contribute after-tax dollars in order for it to grow tax-free. How this type of account works is that the government allows you to contribute money that's already been taxed, with the promise in the current tax laws that if you wait until you're 59 and a half to withdraw that money, no matter what amount that money grows to, if it goes from $1 to $1 billion, you will be able to keep all of the gains on that money without having to pay any capital gains tax. Now, if you put this in comparison to an individual brokerage account, which you also contribute after tax dollars to, if you were to grow an asset from $1 to $1 billion, if that asset was not in a Roth IRA, you would then owe 30% of the profits or a third of the money that you made in capital gains tax to the government, effectively slashing the overall amount of return you made on your investment. And I'm going to talk about why the type of account is so powerful later in the video, but just to sit and think for a second, if the government only wants to let you contribute a certain amount to it, because if they let you contribute as much as possible, they will be losing money, then maybe it's something that everyone should consider, because when has the government ever told people to invest less money, to invest less in businesses, or to put less money to work into the economy unless they wouldn't make as much money from it? And then at the same time, before I even get into the benefits of compound interest, with a Roth IRA, I know many people may say that they may need money in cash as a savings account. With a Roth IRA, you are allowed to withdraw all of your contributions penalty free, so that if you did need your money for an emergency, you could then take it and use it for that purpose. So not only is a Roth IRA the most powerful account in terms of taxes, it can also double as an emergency fund, which is like a win-win. A quote that I heard once that I mentioned in another video about a Roth IRA was, would you rather want to pay tax on the seed of a tree, or would you rather want to pay tax on the overall oak tree? And this is sort of saying, would you rather want to pay your tax money on what you contribute in your current tax year, or on the potential millions that you make once you let it grow for years and years at a time? And then you may be thinking, well, Anfernee, okay, I understand I need to open up a Roth IRA, and I understand I need to invest $15 a day, but that really doesn't explain how that little bit of money is going to make me a millionaire, because even if I save $15 a day for 365 days, that's only $5,475 a year. And by that math, it'll take me around 200 years of saving $15 a day in order to break $1 million. But I would then say to you that you forgot all about the eighth wonder of the world, which is compound interest. So I'm going to pull up a compound interest calculator to show you exactly how soon $15 a day can turn into $1 million, and I guarantee you it wouldn't take 200 years. So I'm actually going to use the government compound interest calculator. I haven't used this calculator before, so let's see how it goes. Let's say that we start with an initial investment of $15, and because it says it wants monthly contributions, 15 times 30 is $450 a month, and we're going to say we want to invest this money for 25 years. So $15 a month for 25 years. Let's see how much this money grows to. And for the interest rate, we're going to put 8% in here, because the stock market typically returns about 7 to 8% year over year on average. So we're going to use 8% for the purpose of this example. And for interest rate variance, let's just use 1. And then we're going to say that we're going to compound our interest daily, because we're saving $15 a day. And if we do this math, in 25 years, we'll have $431,000. And I'll go up and add 10 more years to it, so the length of time is now 35 years, so that we can see that in 35 years, not 200 years, but 35 years, investing $15 a day at an 8% interest rate, we would have $1.42 million in 35 years. Now, I don't know if there's any 35-year-olds watching this video, or if there's anybody who has big plans for their 50s if they're 20 years old today, but imagine the financial freedom you can experience if you only invested $15 a day, knowing that you will probably be a millionaire by the time you are 55 on just the bare minimum of investment contributions. But then again, after seeing all of this math, you may be excited to get started right away, but you still might not know what exactly you need to invest in, what stocks to buy, what companies do you need in order to make the most of this opportunity to contribute to a Roth IRA and become a tax-free millionaire. Well, I would say this is a little bit of a trick question, because you don't need to invest in any particular company to become a millionaire, but rather all the companies all at once. And what I mean by this is that instead of picking individual stocks to invest in, instead of trying to pick and choose which company will do the best, invest in all of them at once through the form of index funds. Now, what index funds do is they wrap a overall sector of an economy, or even the overall economy in some cases, and they package them up and sell them to people at little slices. So instead of picking and choosing which companies to buy, simply take a little slice of an index fund and have every single one of them all at once. And so as the overall economy goes up, your portfolio will go up at the same time. Now, this type of investing is not exciting. It is actually pretty boring, as I think investing should be, because you won't see the big swings, you won't have the huge volatility, but you will have a consistent portfolio that hopefully brings you in money as long as you keep your money invested. If you are looking for more risky forms of investing and becoming a millionaire, then I wouldn't recommend investing in a Roth IRA first. I would say give your hand at day trading and see how long that lasts. And once you got tired of losing money trying to time the stock market, you can then come back to the old reliable index funds and start letting your money grow the consistent and historically best way. I currently hold 3 index funds in my Fidelity portfolio, which are named FXAIX, which is the Fidelity's total stock market index funds. I then hold FTIHX, which is the Fidelity International Market Index Fund, and FSRNX, which is the Fidelity Real Estate Index Fund. And my Fidelity portfolio is currently valued at a little bit over $32,000, and I just contribute money to those 3 index funds, and I just let them go up and down over time. And whenever I have more money to contribute, I still contribute them to those 3 index funds. So investing doesn't have to be super complicated. All you have to do is find a strategy that you feel comfortable with and that can consistently work for you over time, and just keep putting money into it over and over at each paycheck until you reach your financial goals. However, I do want to take a moment to quickly discuss investment expectation once again. Now, earlier in this video, I said that you can typically expect to earn about 7 to 8% year over year whenever you're investing in the S&P 500 or the overall US stock market. And just because on average you're earning 7 to 8% doesn't necessarily mean that your money will grow each year that you invest. Some years, such as the year 2022, your investments could be down 20%, and then the next year it could be up another 45%. So there will be fluctuations in the value of your investment accounts, but historically the average of those fluctuations has been a 7 to 8% growth year over year. If you look at any chart of the S&P 500 over the last 100 years, you will see a definite uptrend. You will see that it is constantly going up. Even though there's valleys, even though there's peaks, it is constantly on an uptrend. So what your investment expectation should be would be to just continually grow as the market grows. A lot of investors try to beat the market or try to do better than the S&P 500 when there's really no need to be doing that. All you have to do is make a consistent investing plan and invest consistently, and invest as much as you can or even as little as you can over a long period of time. I guarantee you, if you do this, even if you only earn 7 to 8% year over year, you will realize your goal of being financially independent simply from the fact that you took that action early and you decided to take control of your personal finances today. However, I do want to make the point to say, no matter what I talked about in this video, no matter about how many different investments options that you want to choose, if you don't want to choose index funds as I discussed in this video and you want to go a completely different route, the best thing and the most important thing that you can do is to take action and to start investing early. The best time to start investing in the stock market was 10 years ago, and the second best time is right now. So understanding that by getting into the game, whether it's with $1, whether it was $10 or $20, you will begin your compound interest journey right now. And by doing that early, you will be giving yourself so much more money than if you started 10 years later. So right now is the time to throw the doubts aside and to throw the fears aside that you may not be making enough money to invest. You may not be making enough money to make any sort of difference in your financial future. But if you just started with $1, if you just started with buying one piece of an index fund and you just kept doing it consistently over time, those small actions will add up, and those actions will compound over time, and your wealth snowball will begin to roll down a hill and build you more wealth than you could ever possibly imagine. But it can't do that if you don't plant the seed. You can't grow a forest if you don't plant the first seed, and that seed should be planted as soon as you're able to plant it. But with all that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope this video shed some light on how exactly you become a tax-free millionaire while only investing $15 a day. If you found any kind of value in this video, then don't forget to tap that like button for your boy, right, and also hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. As a treat for you watching all the way into the end of this video, if you go down to the description, you will see a link where you can sign up to the public app, and by signing up to the public app, they will give you a free stock just for pressing a few buttons. At this point, they're just giving it away, so go ahead and take advantage of that offer while it lasts. However, that's all I have for you in today's video, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.